Hello from Vero Beach, Florida. You might be hearing the waves in the background. I'm here on the 6th floor in Vero Beach, the balcony, and I'd like to try to do my quick little homily for the weekend. Tomorrow is January 6th, the Feast of the Epiphany, and the reading that I've chosen is the Gospel, Matthew 2:1-12. I hope it's short and sweet this time. Well, first of all, it's the Epiphany, and the word Epiphany means manifestation. Manifestation of Christ, the Messiah. Jesus, the Christ, the Messiah. And in this whole story of following the star and the light leading them to the birth of Jesus, to the Christ child, people don't realize, but historically speaking, there are really three manifestations. And that is, one is the birth of Christ, December the 25th. We have celebrated that a couple of weeks back. And two, next week, is the baptism of Jesus Christ by John the Baptist in the Jordan River. And when Christ was baptized, sort of the heavens opened up, and the Heavenly Father said, "This is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased. Listen to him." So Jesus Christ was manifested to the world in and through his own baptism. And then the third, and probably this is the hardest for most of us to understand or even know, and that is another manifestation of Jesus Christ, the Messiah, and that is his first miracles. Of course, all the miracles are manifestations of the power of God, and he is God. Cana in Galilee, when Jesus Christ changed the water into wine, and through the power, his divine power, it's another manifestation that he is the Son of God, or he is the Messiah. And so those are the three manifestations that we try to celebrate in this story of the three wise men and the Epiphany. There's another three. Well, sometimes there were more than three wise men. There were 5 at one time. There were 2 at another time. But we, in our lifetime, we have been celebrating the 3 wise men. There's another 3, they gave 3 gifts. They gave gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Well, this is in the story, very symbolic, but very beautiful. Gold, because Jesus Christ was royal, king of the universe. Gold. Frankincense, because Jesus Christ was God, divine. You burn the incenses to divinity, and Jesus Christ was God. And finally, myrrh. In those days, for the embalming and so forth, they would use the sweet-smelling myrrh for the burial of the body, or the preparation for the body for burial. Another 3 wise men, 3 gifts for this Jesus, the Messiah, who is to be manifested to the whole world. But I have not 3 gifts, or not 3 wise men, but I have just one question, and the one thing that I think is most important, and that is, where is this star for you? Where is the light of Christ for you? Or where is God manifested in your life? Where do you find him? Where do you see? And just one idea, there are many, but there's one idea, and this idea is taken from the founder of the Jesuits, St. Ignatius of Loyola. And he said this: where do you find your own epiphanies? One of the greatest gifts of St. Ignatius Loyola is that he taught us how to look closely into our own life experience. There we find God. There we find God manifesting himself regularly, often, daily, whenever we settle down. And God can reveal himself in anything, whether it is in a great, beautiful sunset in Florida, whether it is in a flower, whether it is in a sickness, whether it is in a love relationship. God can and does manifest himself in any way, shape, and form. In the early church, they prayed, and there were 4 pillars of prayer. And the first, probably, is the basic and most important. They called it Lectio Divina, divine reading. Some people call it spiritual reading. But in the early days of the church, they didn't have books. And so they would read the universe. They would read their heart. They would read their loving relationship. They would read other people. They would read charity. They would read catastrophes. And they would find God in that. Well, I think Ignatius of Loyola was very on target. God manifests himself in so many different ways in the universe, in the human personality, and in your life, in my life, in your life. All we need to do is settle down, stop. There's sort of a progression of those manifestations, that we would settle down and stop, that we would then meditate what we heard or saw or thought, and then we would respond back to God. How many of us think that prayer is primarily talking to God? Well, the first step in prayer is listening, that divine reading, that spiritual reading to listen to all life. So in this beautiful story of the Epiphany, the manifestation that Jesus Christ is Messiah and God, I ask you, as I continue to ask myself daily, how does God manifest himself to me today? Take out some time, stop, listen to God, and I guarantee you are praying. And God speaks often when we stop and listen and then respond. Have a good day.